Hello there. Welcome to the fifth video of Google Ad Manager course. In this video, we take you from the basics to the advanced level in Google Ad Manager. Now, if you haven't watched the previous videos, I strongly recommend to watch this whole series from the video 1, and I will also put the link of the whole playlist in the description below. Now in this video we are going to talk about, this is probably the first video where we will do something in the UI. I hope from the previous video you remember the UI and you remember where to go for different kind of tasks in the UI. So in this video what we are going to do is to create our first ad unit. Now before we jump into the video, I just want to say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video, which is AppBroda. To create a Google Ad Manager 360 or Google Ad Manager with the option to backfill with Ad Exchange, sometimes it's very difficult to get an account like that if you're not a big publisher, and to manage that is difficult as well. So that's why Google introduced channel partners. So what happens is they can take all that headache from you if you don't want to get involved in this. So AppBroda is one of the channel partners who can provide you these kind of accounts. And it's not just about accounts. AppBroda also ensures that you get the highest CPMs for your fill rate and your fill rates, and you do not need any SDK integration, and they will provide you a dedicated account manager and also ensure that there are no policy violations and account suspensions. Now if you're interested to just explore what they can do for you, if you're an app developer, I'll put a link in the description below which you can use to book a demo with them, a free demo where they can explain, they can try to understand your app, and they can tell you what they can do for you. I just want to give you a quick idea what an ad unit is. Now ad unit is a representation of your inventory or your ad slots on your website in the Google Ad Manager UI. Let's say for example you have an ad slot on top of your home page, which is a banner ad. For example, if we go to bbc.com. Now on bbc.com website, they have a lot of ad slots. For example, this one here, if you scroll down, they have something here and a lot of ad slots. Now these ad slots are represented as ad units in Google Ad Manager UI. Now what happens is one ad unit can be representation of multiple ad slots on the page or one. It depends on the publishers how they want to kind of manage their inventory. We will go into all these details, what are the best practices, how do websites do it, but this is just to give you an idea. Now for the sake of simplicity, let's assume that this website bbc.com just have one page. The website is total one page. Now they have multiple ad slots on their page. Let's say this one here, ad slot, they just want to create an ad unit which represents only this ad slot. So it might be clear because whatever they want to do with this ad slot, for example, they want to show a Samsung campaign. So what they will do is they will target that Samsung campaign to that ad unit which represents this one. For example, they create an ad unit there and name it home page top banner. So if they target any campaign to that ad unit, that campaign will display on this top home page. Now obviously you will have to link this ad slot with that ad unit somehow, physically this slot on the top to the ad unit in Google Ad Manager. Then whatever I told you will happen. Now that should give you an idea and basic idea about ad unit. I know it can be overwhelming in the beginning, but once we go ahead with the course, all of this will be comfortable. But whatever the basic definitions I'm telling you now, you just have to probably go back, replay the video, but remember as exactly as I am telling you, because this is the best way to learn it. Honestly, Google Ad Manager is one of the complicated platforms unless you learn it properly. So do not jump ahead, do not leave something which I'm telling you in this course in the structure, then you will be good to go. It won't feel very complicated. So that is the definition of an ad unit. Okay, so that is the first thing we will do, because I told you in the previous video in Google Ad Manager there are multiple sections. Let's say delivery is about campaign, it's about creatives, it's about advertisers assets, and inventory is about your website, how you manage your website inventory in Google Ad Manager is within Inventory tab. So obviously to create our first ad unit, we will go to, this is our home page. We logged into our Ad Manager. Now we will go to Inventory to create our first ad unit. Okay, this course, you have to trust me, this course is structured in a very proper way. So do not jump around, okay, what is that option? What is this option? Just follow the way I have structured this course. So within the inventory, to create a new ad unit, you obviously have to click on Ad Units here. Once you click on Ad Units, you will see all the existing ad units in this Google Ad Manager, and you can create new ones as well, like any other platform of Google. So to create an ad unit, what we'll do is we will click on New Ad Unit. Now, once you click on New Ad Unit, these are different settings you have to set up to create this ad unit, which you will understand obviously step by step. Now, the first one is settings. The first one within settings is parent ad unit. Now within ad units, there is something called a hierarchy, which I will explain in a bit. But for now, we will select top level as the parent ad unit. The second one is the name. Obviously, name does not change any configuration within the ad unit, but it's all about you remembering, because when you create a Google Ad Manager from scratch, when you start working on a website, you have to follow certain syntax, because if your website is huge, you will have to remember from the name of the ad unit. You should understand, okay, what does this name signify? Just like campaigns. For example, you have Samsung summer campaign. You have, within that, you have devices ad group. Within that, you have accessories ad group. So similarly, you have to remember. So for example, as I told you, let's say BBC is our website for which we have the Google Ad Manager course, and this is just one page of website. So what we are going to do is we are going to create, let's say this does not exist so far. We have this website and we want to place this ad unit here so that we can show ads like this. Okay, so my naming convention, generally I would say, okay, I will name this ad unit as homepage dash top. Okay, so this is my naming convention. I will name it homepage top as name. Then we have code. Now what code means is you can place the same ad unit name within the code as well. So name and code are the same things. It's just name is what you see in your DFP UI, in your Google Ad Manager UI, and code appears on the website once you place the tags there, which I will show you. So it appears. Now somebody can tell me, okay, why there are two fields? Now there are two fields because sometimes your name can be complicated. You're following a syntax which is long, which contains spaces, because code cannot contain spaces. Now, if I use, let's say this was my my ad unit name was homepage top space, let's say bbc.com. Let's say we are following this company-wide syntax and I have to follow it. I cannot use the same in the code because there are spaces. So Google Ad Manager gave us an option that, okay, no matter if your name is complicated, within the code you can just place something simple. More on this later because I don't want to confuse you now. So in our case, what I'll do is I'll use the same name as the code. Okay, then we have description. Now this description is optional and it's just for you to remember. Maybe if you have a big team working on Google Ad Manager, or maybe you're working for a company, you resign, somebody else comes, takes your position, because they will get crazy within the Google Ad Manager once there are hundreds of ad units. So it's a good practice to keep a description here. Okay, so to give you an example, a description can be like this. This ad unit is for homepage or bbc.com, only tier 1. Advertisers should be traffic. Please reach out to the central team if you have any questions. You can put anything there, but I'm just giving you examples like what I have seen in descriptions of ad units of big companies in their GAMs. Okay, so next we move to sizes. Now, obviously, when you're trafficking an ad slot, for example, when you're bbc.com, you will obviously, there'll be a web team, there'll be a lot of teams where there will be a lot of approvals. Okay, on the home page, what kind of sizes do we want to show here? Now, the team will say, okay, we just want to show this, which is probably 970 cross 250, and we want to show 728 cross 90, which are like the broad sizes. So if you're not aware about the sizes, I'll put a link in the description below where you can see most IAB standard sizes, because throughout the industry there are certain standard sizes which everybody is following, so that it's easier for advertisers to create those specs as well as publishers, so that there is homogeneity and publishers don't come up with their crazy sizes and it'll be a problem for advertisers on open exchange. So there are certain standard sizes, and IAB is the agency which controls that. So I'll put a link in the description below. Even all these sizes have certain names. For example, this one here will be called leaderboard. This one here will be called half page, because this is 300 cross 600. You will get used to all of these sizes as well. So for example, there might be some other size. If this was a little bit shorter in height, it will be probably 728 cross 90, which is a leaderboard. So these standard sizes have names as well. I'll put a link in the description below where you can get familiar with sizes, so where you just look at the ad and you can say which size it is. And after that, we go back to our ad unit, and that's where you mention the sizes. Now, an ad unit can have one size or multiple sizes as well. To give you an example, for example, I will choose a fixed size, which is because I want to show this one and 728 cross 90. So what I'll do is I'll enter 970 cross 250. And let's say 970 cross 290. Okay, so these are the two sizes, and I will obviously probably add 720. See, all of these have names. I told you 720 cross is called leaderboard. Now these two are standard sizes and this one is not. That's why it was showing custom. Okay, so this is where you select the sizes. Now obviously, if the team or your company wants to only show one fixed size always, you don't want to mess up your page, you just want to show one certain size, you can mention that in this ad unit that there should be only one size. So in my case, let's assume that we can allow 3 sizes here, so that's why I selected 3 sizes. Now if you see here in the size, I selected fixed. There was another option called smart banner. Now smart banner usually is used for apps. So if I am creating this ad unit for my app, because GAM, Google Ad Manager, is used by both websites as well as apps. So if I am using this for app, I can choose smart banner. What happens is smart banner is kind of a dynamic tag ad unit. So whenever there is a request, Google will always try to return the biggest size available on your app in that moment. If not available, then it will choose a smaller one, and so on and so forth. No big science there. Obviously app inventory, we will have a detailed video as well, but this is just to give you an idea. I'm just trying to make you familiar with Google Ad Manager now. Then we have video, master and companion sizes. Obviously right now we are just focusing on display. There will be in detail video ad units and all, but this is where you select. So for example, if you're creating a video ad unit, if you have a website which plays videos, so this is where you enter the video sizes, and then you can remove all these sizes. Then this will be a video ad unit. Okay, moving on, then we have target window. Now what target window does is, for example, I go to bbc.com, there is an ad here. Now if I click on this ad, 2 things can happen. One, I'll go to AppSumo website because they are the advertiser, and it will open in the same window here right now, and BBC will go away. So AppSumo will appear in this window. Or if I click on this ad, BBC will stay like this, and new window will open with AppSumo landing page. For example, let's say what happens in this case. I click on this, see, BBC stayed as it is, and the landing page click-through URL opened in a new window. So that is what controls what is controlled here. So if I click on blank, now anyone, for example, if I click on blank and I create this ad unit, put it on my website, if somebody clicks on ad on my website, the click-through URL, the advertiser's page will open in a new window, and our website will stay in the same window. So that's what this does. So top means it will open, the advertiser's page will open here in the same window. Blank is new window. It's always advisable to put this as blank, so that, because if I don't want people to go away from my website. If they click on an advertiser's page, I want them to go to another window but still have an option to come back to my website. Then we have reward. It's for rewarded inventory. For example, you might have seen apps where if you don't have paid version, they'll ask you to watch a video to get a new life, or if you're using a VPN, let's say, so you can only connect to VPN if you watch a full video, so you get a reward. So this is for rewarded inventory, for which we'll have an advanced video later, but that's what this setting does here. We'll skip this for now, we'll leave it as it is. Then we have placements. Now what placements mean is, placements is simply you create a group of ad units. For example, let's say I have this website here, and I have like 1, 2 and 3 ad units on this page. Let's say there's one more ad slot somewhere, right? So what I can do is I can group them together. So when I create the next 2 ad slots and ad units for my website, I can group them together and name it maybe homepage placement. So it's easier for me. For example, if Samsung comes to me later and says, we want a campaign on your website, but we want it to appear on only homepage, any ad unit homepage. So it's easier for me when I create a campaign for them. I don't target all the ad units one by one, and I just select placement, because in targeting you can target ad units and placements. You will see all of that, but this is just to give you an idea. Placement is not complicated, it's pretty simple. You can group together multiple ad units. So whenever you create a new ad unit like this, it will ask you, do you want it to be part of any placement you have previously created, or do you want to create a placement now? So in our case, I will leave it empty, because we'll have a dedicated video on placements and how they work and how they can be used. So I'll leave this blank for now, but this is just to give you an idea. Then the next setting we have is Adsense. Now for this ad unit, what on bbc.com here, it's asking me if you place this ad unit which I'm creating now on your wherever you put it. For example, in our case, we'll put it on here on the top of the page. So it's asking me if you don't have any direct deal to target this. For example, Samsung, Apple, I have a lot of advertisers who have direct deals with me. They tell me, okay, we want to show ads on your website specifically. It's telling me if you do not have any direct deal, let's say somebody comes to your website and you do not have any live campaign, direct campaign. So what do you want to do? Do you want to show ads from Adsense, which is connected to your Google Ad Manager? If I check this, that will happen. If I uncheck this, even if I don't have any direct deal, this ad slot will stay empty, but it will not ask ad from Adsense. In certain cases, advertisers want that. Maybe they just want to show direct deals somewhere and they don't want to show ads, unpredictable ads from any ad networks. But usually all the people select this to monetize and make sure that all the ad slots are filled and they show as many ads as possible. And then we have frequency caps. What frequency cap means is, so for example, you can set that, okay, ads from one particular campaign should not appear on this ad unit more than 10 times on the same day. For example, bbc.com, this is my ad unit. Now let's say I am a type of website, some users come to this page like maybe 15 times a day, 5 times a day, 7 times a day, and I do not want to show them the same ad more than twice here. Let's say I have a Samsung campaign. I do not want any user to see let's say the Samsung ad on here on this ad unit on this ad slot more than twice a day. So I can frequency cap it. I can say maximum a creative or a campaign can serve on this ad unit 2 times for the same user. If some other user comes, they will see it again maybe 2 times. On everybody's third refresh, this campaign will not show to them. So we will have even a detailed video on frequency caps and what are these 2 options, but that's what it does. Then we have refresh rate. So for example, this is usually done for mobile apps. So for example, if you're a mobile app and your app is such that people do not refresh for a long time. For example, let's say you are Viber or you are any voice over internet app. For example, Botim, I know of these. So you make a call and that's it. You don't change. You put on earphones or loudspeaker and you just keep speaking to whoever you are speaking. But the app, you do not change anything. The app screen stays like this for a long time. So it's not wise to just show one ad and keep it there, even if the user is there on that app for 20 minutes. So you can set a refresh rate that, let's say, you every 15 seconds the ad should automatically refresh, because it will be more money for you. So if I'm spending 15 minutes on your app, or somebody is spending 15 minutes on my app and they are on the same screen, I'm saying that after every let's say 30 is the minimum, 30 seconds the ad should be refreshed. If they stay there for 15 minutes, that means they will see 30 ads, which means more revenue for me, 30 times. So that's what this one is used for. We will use all these use cases, but you have to understand what these basic options are. And then we have labels, which again is an advanced topic, which I will cover and when it makes sense. So that is all about our ad unit. We are ready. We created an ad unit with these three sizes and with all these settings, and I will click on save. Now once I click on save, it will show here ad unit saved. Sometimes it will show an error message and you will just skip, and later you will not find that ad unit. But that's how you look at it. It should say that the ad unit has been saved. Now if I go back to inventory tab here and I go to ad units, I will see this ad unit here. This is the one we created at the moment, which was homepage top. Before you go, I want to show you, because this is a Google Ad Manager, it's not a 360 account. I want to show you there's just one difference when you create an ad unit in Google Ad Manager 360. This is a 360 account. If I click on inventory, I click on ad unit, and the only different thing, additional thing you will see here is special ad unit, which was not available in Google Ad Manager and which was discussed in the first video. I think that one of the differences between Google Ad Manager and 360 version is 360 version has special ad units, but this will be covered in the next video, where we will discuss about keywords, where we will discuss about special ad units and placements and some other concepts. I hope this video was helpful in any way. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.